Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Car Addiction. Today is one of those days that I break something. Yup, I broke this thing. So something happened. I actually have been fighting with this for quite a bit. If I put my clutch in, it goes, but the shifter doesn't want to go into gear. Initially, the way the whole thing started was if I put my clutch in, it will just sit on the bottom, then I have to pull it up and whatever. So that's a classic case of a slave cylinder or a master cylinder going bad. So what I did is I bought both a slave and a master because it is, after all, a 17-year-old vehicle. So I decided it's best I buy both of them and get both of them done in one shot. That way I don't have a failure. I have a failure. Well, every decision in my life led me to here, I guess. Of course, it happened in when I'm middle of nowhere in a country road. So I'm gonna try to bang shift whatever it needs to be done to get to home. I'm gonna get to home, call the tow truck and take it to my favorite mechanic, Chris at Chris Auto, and let's see what he has to say. And yeah, we go from there because I just started the video because things just went a little above my pay grade. When I say pay grade is, you know, my comfort level. I did swap the slave cylinder and the master cylinder. Of course, I didn't make a video because I was rushing and I did it. I know I bled it well, but this is probably something else. So yeah, I'm gonna call a tow truck, go to Chris, and let's see. All right, so the infamous taco is in the back of a tow truck. I'll tell you what's wrong with it. For the time being, the Z is my daily driver. It's -5 degrees. The tires are like hockey puck, but the Z runs beautiful. Yeah, it's the taco has been giving me issue. It's actually not the engine or the transmission, it's the clutch system. So let's see how that's gonna go. All right, I am at Chris Auto. Chris, oh man, he saved my behind royally. Okay, this was the problem. So I went to a local garage just down the road from me, and because I didn't have time, I got them to put a new slave and a new clutch master because my pedal would go down and not really come back on. So they did their job. Little that they or me or anybody else realized the clutch fork was rusted. So once they put the new slave in, and I provided the slave, it's not even their fault. This head was too pointy. All right. Oh my God. you okay. You welded it up.
Both sides.
Thanks, man.
And then I ground that all out.
That's wow. Because we couldn't get this anywhere in Canada. The closest one was in California, and I couldn't wait 2 weeks. So Matt at Chris Auto, he welded that piece. So what happened was the head was too pointy, and it was rusted. It just poked through, and that caused the whole shebang. How bad was the clutch?
Springs inside. Oh. Like you're supposed to be all the way across. This one's like halfway across, you know, like it's.
Yeah.
You see it, right?
You know what? I didn't really have any clutch-related issues.
No, it's not gonna slip. It's still got a little bit of beef, not much. But those springs, right? Those springs are weak, so you're like, you know, it just. That feels soft, you know, like it'll when you let go of the clutch, it just like, you know, nice and easily. It doesn't grab like it should. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And this is does not look good. Well, these were original. They're like 17 years old, so easy. Thanks, Matt. I really appreciate it, man. Thanks for saving my ass one more time. All right, everybody. I couldn't pick a better day. It's cold. It's like -15 outside with the wind chill, centigrade, not Fahrenheit. I wanted to show you guys how the driving has changed since I fixed the clutch issue, slave master, and a new clutch. And of course I chose a day where we got like 10 centimeters of snow. I have the winter tires to do that. I'm just warming up my vehicle. Yeah, what I can tell you is the driving feel has changed significantly. The grab point of the clutch, it has moved, and also the clutch is grabbing a lot heavier than what it used to be. So I'm just pulling out of my driveway into an 80-kilometer road with snow, not clean. All right. Yeah, so the clutch feel is different. The clutch, I'm gonna say it's softer than what it used to be. The factory master or slave or whatever it was, which was giving me all the grief. It was a lot harder. So now the clutch is softer, it's easier. That's one. Two is, what's the most significant difference is the engagement. Before, because the clutch was old and all the springs were crushed, as Matt was showing the old clutch, he mentioned that the springs on the clutch centers are very weak, and I could feel it because now when the clutch engages, the grab is a lot firmer, and also you literally feel the force compared to before. Because before it was all absorbed by the weak spring, and you know. I also noticed, I don't know, it could be just my head playing games, but to get up to speed on the highway right now, it feels a lot more farmer than what it used to be. I'm going to use the word farmer. I'm not going to say faster. There's no way for me to try that out anymore. But it feels like, it does feel it's faster, more confident to get up to speed what it used to be. Because at the end of the day, it is a 4-cylinder vehicle. Other than that, the drive feel, clutch engagement, there's like, it's all great. There's no clutch chatter because, you know, I still have a factory flywheel with a loop clutch. Loop is a factory OEM clutch for Toyota, Nissan, Honda, a lot of them. So the clutch feels very OEM. Overall, I feel the truck performs better, definitely better. Going through the gears, it feels more confident. And the gear shifts are a little bit more crisp. So what we did, we changed the slave, we changed the clutch master, the clutch pressure plate, pilot bearing, the pivot bushing or something. So there was the pilot bearing, there's another secondary bearing, changes that too. So pretty much everything is, other than, you know, transmission itself, is brand new. So it probably behaves, this is how it should behave when it was brand new. Anyway, winter is here. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. There is quite a bit more shenanigans coming in. Then that involves the Skyline actually. So next couple of videos are probably going to be product reviews, stuff that I have been purchasing throughout the winter for the Skyline, and that's what's going to be really pushing Dan to give me a space sometime in February or even end of February. I don't care. I just want Dan to say yes to a time frame so that I can drop the Skyline to him and he can start working on that. That's the big project for next year. The other project is I still have to take the 300ZX and pull the panel, fix a leak, put it back, and he said he's gonna put out the dyno, just touch the tune if he needs to. But the Z drive's great. So when this truck was in the garage for almost 4 or 5 days, I was driving the ZS daily, and as a matter of fact, I got 1 day in snow and I was driving behind a salt truck. On that Z, on those Michelin Pilot Super Sport 6-year-old tires, that was not nice. It was scary. That same day, I was like, enough is enough. I'm not gonna drive the Z anymore if I don't have a truck for a day or two. I'll live with it. Took it through a car wash. Was another story with that because the area that I was in didn't have any of the newer car wash where the floor moves. It has one of those car wash where there's a rail, you drive over the rail and it takes you in there. The car is too low to drive over the rail, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, got it washed, got the underbody washed, put it in the storage the same day. Yeah, luckily Chris at Chris Auto was able to fix the truck in a record time. He had to wait for parts too, so I can't really blame him. And then he got me out of the hole this time. I really appreciate that, Chris, if you're watching. All right, thank you for making it to the end of the video. Hit the like and subscribe button, and more shenanigans coming in. Boom!